How you doing? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing very good. I had an overnight airplane ride, so I'm a little bit tired.
Oh,
Otherwise,
thank you so much for having time for us. So, are you ready to the interview? Could we start it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So, what do you? Let me see. Why before CIO and now CDO?
I don't know.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me?
I did, but I did not understand.
Okay. We talked. We used to talk about CIO, and now we are talking about CDO. What do you think about it?
So I think that the fact that a CDO exists does not mean the CIO goes away. What's happening is technology is the idea of technology is expanding. Technology is now entering the customer experience. Technology is now changing the way employees collaborate and make decisions. And as a result, you need somebody to think at a bigger level, bigger than we used to think about IT. And that's what this Chief Digital Officer is about. It's about creating vision, it's about creating governance, it's about making things happen on the business side.
I see.
And just so the question is then, what is the relationship between the CIO and the CDO? Mm-hmm. And I think I've seen some CIOs become the CDO. I've seen other places where the CIO and the CDO work very closely together. I think the two roles can
I see.
They have to be very close friends.
Mm-hmm. Listen, George, could you please let me see your face because we are going to have this in the web, and we are going to have also a picture of the screen in the magazine press. So may I see your face?
My camera is not working right now. I can send you a picture though, if that will help.
Okay. So let's have the second question. Each one, I mean, when I say each one, I mean, I'm talking about CIO and CDO. Each one needs a separate life or must exist by themselves.
No, they can work together. For example, in Chile at Fidelco, the CIO is leading the digital initiatives for the company. In other places, at Lloyd Business Group, for example, the IT person and the digital person, they co-lead the group. And in other places, that you have IT and digital are different, but they work together. They don't have to be separate. So one person you can look up would be at Schindler Elevator. That's SCHINDLER. And there the CIO runs Schindler Digital also. And so
I see. In your opinion, are there common points between them?
Yes, I think, one way to think about this is that our research shows that the companies that are doing best with digital, they're not only doing the digital stuff, but they're also leading very well to lead transformation. And that leadership requires a very strong vision about how you are going to be different. It requires a way to engage your employees so that they understand the vision and they can figure out how to make that work. Mm-hmm. And it also requires very strong governance. And good IT departments already do those things. They've already been doing them for more traditional IT for years. And in that case, they're very much the same. They can work together. Now, if you have a bad IT department, or if your IT department is not respected, then you probably have problems with vision and with governance and other things. And then it might be a separate thing instead.
Okay.
But there's a lot that, the idea of using information to make processes better, the idea of using information to make decisions better, the idea of having a very clean platform, not a lot of spaghetti, that's all just as important in the digital world as it is in the IT world. It's just the digital world, a lot of this is happening much, much faster and much, much closer.
CDO roles has been easy to put it on in the context, you know?
I did not hear that, sorry, can you say that again?
The CIO and CDO roles has been easy to put it on in the context, you know?
The cordon, I don't understand the word. It needs to do what?
The context, I mean, the roles of them are easy to put these roles in the environment, you know?
Yeah, no, it's never easy to put another person at the top of the company. And it's never easy to be the person who has to link parts of the company when those parts of the company do not work together before. So it's never easy to create this job of the CEO. But as we look at digital transformation, it's about changing the business, it's not just about technology. And so somebody needs to drive this. It's a hard job, but somebody needs to do it. Now sometimes that CEO is a new person. Sometimes that CDO is the person who's in charge of marketing. Sometimes it's the CIO. Sometimes it's others. But somebody needs to be in charge of driving that vision forward and making digital happen.
I see. So which kind of difficulties have you find in that environment? Is it relation about the last question? I did it.
Yeah. One of the big difficulties is getting the rest of the organization to line up with you to do this. Because it's sometimes harder to do things for the enterprise than it is to do it for yourself. Another challenge is just building up the skills that you need to build up in digital marketing or in big data or in other things. So finding the right people and getting them. I think those are there's one third actually, which is sometimes you need to clean up the old systems. If the old systems are a mess, it makes a lot of the digital stuff very hard to do. Those are the three challenges. They're all kind of hard, but the one I hear is the most hard is getting the whole organization to line up behind this digital effort, to invest their time and to really try to do a good job of it.
I see. So which kind of relevant changes move the existence of CDO?
What kind of changes do the CDOs do?
Yeah. Which kind of changes in the environment? I mean, all the environments, business and everything, has been very important to make up the existence of or the life of CDO.
So the CDO has to be a leader, and it has to be a connector, and it has to be an innovator. And so what we see as being really important here are the three elements we talk about of leadership capability in our work. And that is a very strong vision for where the company is going, a very good way of engaging people so they understand the vision, and they can make that vision, they can extend that vision. And a very strong governance, so that the company is always moving in the right direction. That's the things that the chief digital officer has to do. It's the things that a good CIO would do already. It's just digital is a wider scope.
What do you think about the CDO role in an organization that does not have big system infrastructure of developments? I mean, when an organization has problems with the systems area or informatic area, what do you think could be the problems for the CDO role in that kind of organization?
Well, I talked to a lot of executives, a lot of CEOs during my study who said that IT is too slow and the digital is going to be faster, and the digital has to be its own thing. But even in those companies, the ones that we call digital masters, the good companies, found a way to work with the IT department. Now that meant that IT had to fix things. IT had to get faster, and IT had to learn to speak the language of the business. So it's very hard to do this digital stuff very well on a large-scale basis if
But do you think that it is necessary? I mean, the life or the CDO or the existence of CDO are very important, especially in one organization that's not have its technologies problem resolved.
So I would never say that a company has to hire a chief digital officer. What I would say is the company needs to find somebody who is doing their chief digital officer. Mm-hmm. So if a company that is not the one, well, maybe it does, or maybe who does, no, okay. You don't have to hire.
I see.
On the
Excuse me, I'm not listening to you very well. Could you please repeat it? Because
certainly. I would never say to a company that you have to hire a CEO. They have a good goal.
Okay. Okay. Do you know many companies in that situation?
Oh yeah, many times. Okay.
Are they big or small, or what kind of companies you know?
Or both. They do that,
Both?
right? If marketing can do that, they can create the vision, they can create the governance. They can do it.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it sounds like it was getting pretty loud in your background there.
Okay.
Somebody needs to own the vision. Somebody needs to do the governance. Somebody needs that does not have to be office.
I see.
And become sometimes hire a new person.
Mm-hmm.
They job.
Mm-hmm. So, George, have you heard about Colombian environment business? If you do,
I was in Colombia last about 3 or 4 years ago. I noticed it's a very fast-moving environment. There's a lot of energy in the business environment. I was very impressed.
mm-hmm. And have you heard about Colombian environment not being here, but outside, I mean in your country or other countries, and with the people you get in touch? I know it's a very big quantity of people. I mean, I'm sorry, my English is sometimes is not so well. I would like to have it, but
well, your English is much better than my Spanish. I can get around Colombia. There's a good thing about Colombia. When I'm down there, I can understand the Spanish that people talk down, which is wonderful. But yeah, your English is much better than my Spanish.
Oh, thank you.
So we do not hear as much in here about what's happening inside Colombia.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that I would like to hear more about. There are some good companies down there, but we don't hear about them as much.
Do you have any recommendations for us, for the people who is working and thinking about to have a CDO, or what kind of recommendation you have?
So first of all, are you recording this?
Excuse me?
Are you recording this conversation?
Yeah.
When you publish, do it, or leave it back to you.
Could you please repeat it? I don't know, maybe there are something in the connection that sometimes is interrupt. So I
Okay,
can't
sure.
hear you.
Can you, before you publish this anywhere, can you please let me review it first? And I will review it very quickly, but that way we can make sure if there's any communication problem.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So just send me an email and I will review it, and then I will send it back to you. So what's my recommendation? Excuse me?
No, go ahead.
Okay. What's my recommendation for leaders in Colombia? I think there's, from what I understand about the Colombian economy, and tell me if I'm wrong, it's moving very quickly, and there are some very strong companies building up there. And that's a great opportunity to do things in Colombia, and maybe to do things outside Colombia in the technologies out there already, some company is going to make use of them. And I'm seeing very interesting stuff happening in Peru already. Certainly very interesting stuff happening in Mexico and in Brazil. And so Colombia has this opportunity to really become an even bigger part of South America than it is now in the business climate. And digital may be a way to do that. To get closer to your companies and also to expand bigger in the global environment.
Okay. On the traditional vision, the system engineer does a technical role. In that way, the CDO role should be done for a system engineer or some different professional. Which one?
The CDO, the job of the CDO is to be a true business executive at the top of the company. And so that needs to be somebody who can communicate very well with the rest of the company. It needs to be somebody who understands the business really well. So a systems engineer needs to have those extra skills too. It's not about the technology, it's about the leadership.
Mm-hmm. The companies that you know have a digital strategy, what is it? Please define.
So we thought that digital strategy is one of those very hard to define words. We talk about it in terms of vision. Do you have a vision for where you are going? Do you then have a way that you're going, a roadmap of some kind, so you have some idea how you are investing to go after that vision? And then you have very strong governance to make sure you are moving in the right direction. So I would come back to the digital strategy once again is the vision, the engagement, and the governance to drive transformation forward.
Mm-hmm. Which are the most important difficulties to put on in the practice a digital strategy?
I feel like we are repeating now, Sarah, that we're going back to questions that we already did.
I'm asking you about the difficulties to put on in the practice a digital strategy.
But yeah, there's many of the same difficulties of leading the digital that we talked about with the chief digital officer. The difficulties are getting the rest of the company to change, to do these things with digital. There are difficulties in working across the pieces of the company. Mm-hmm. There are difficulties with the old technology. If there's a lot of spaghetti or if the old technology is not working, that can be a problem. It's the same things we talked about on that previous question about leading digital.
I see. Are there a general digital strategy or there is one for each company? I mean, depends of its profile or kind of business, or what do you think about it?
So although there are common pieces to digital strategy, your strategy will be different for each company. Some companies will want to do the digital very much working with customers. Mm-hmm. Some companies will want to change their operations. Other companies might want to do their business models. So it depends on what your company looks like, what is your company good at, and what are the opportunities you have.
I see. Last night we had here a meeting talking about all these points we are talking to. So someone, president of the company, one company here in Colombia, said that in the pymes, I don't know if you know what that means, pymes.
No.
Do you? That means
no, I don't.
Little and medium companies, not the big ones, middle and little companies. So this person that we invited last night, they were talking about that in that kind of companies, I mean pymes, first grows up the CDO because they are thinking about marketing. I mean, they think more about marketing and everything, and these companies needs that kind of professional first. What do you think? Are you agree about that?
So there's a big opportunity for small companies to use digital, and the big opportunity is you can expand through digital without having to expand all your physical capacity. So if you have a small company in part of a region, you then can expand to the whole country or to the world. If you already have a network of stores around the country, you can augment it and add some online to it. So I think especially for small companies, digital is an opportunity to expand at relatively low cost. Now, do you need a chief digital officer for that? If you're a small company, maybe you get some people to help you. Maybe you have your marketing person learn some new skills. But I think digital is a great opportunity.
Okay, what do you think about the academy, I mean, sorry.
Yes.
The academy has to change many things for the engineer systems, for the system engineers.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that every engineer needs to develop some communication skills. The way we talk about it, we say if you are an engineer who cannot communicate, you will end up working for an engineer that can't. If you are an engineer that cannot communicate, you will end up working for somebody that can communicate. So I think every engineering school needs to help the engineers become better communicators. But you have specialties in companies. And so some of the engineers don't want to lead a digital effort. They just want to be engineers, and that's great. I think as long as you're building up the leadership skills and the technology skills in a population, you are okay. Now, one of the things that I think academia can do, I don't know the academia down there, but in general, there's a big emphasis on collaboration. There's a big emphasis on innovation. There's a big emphasis on being close to the customer. And so the academia needs to build that up. They need to help their employees build those skills.
George, that means that this CDO role could be do it for other kind of professional, I mean psychologist or industrial designer or something like that. I mean other kind of professional.
So the person leading digital does not have to be a technology person. They need to understand digital. They need to understand technology. But they don't need to be an engineer that can do the technology. So is it a marketing person? They could be fantastic. Is it just a really good leader? That can be fantastic also.
Do you think...
So Sarah, I have time for just one more question.
Yeah, that we are going to finish. So right now, I would like to have some personal questions to make a profile about you. Would you prefer if I send you this kind of questions by email, or?
Well, let's just do them very fast.
Okay. So what do you like when you are not thinking of informatic technology? What do you do?
Well, I'm a father of 2 children. I'm a husband. I like to go running. I do a lot of running and jogging and biking and things like that.
Yeah.
And that's between work and the family and the running. It keeps me pretty busy.
Which music do you like? Which movies? Which books? Hobbies? Anything that you could tell me about it?
I'm a big fan of science fiction books. And I've been watching a lot of superhero movies with my children, and that's been a lot of fun. Okay. And the music is whatever my children are listening to. I just been enjoying that these days. So my teenagers are introducing me to a lot of really interesting music.
If you could make a travel, which way you prefer? Car, boat, or plane, or I don't know. Which would you prefer?
I do an awful lot of travel with my bicycle right now for the local stuff. And I'm enjoying, I'm getting the opportunity to see parts of the world that I never saw before. So in that way, if I could take an airplane somewhere and I go wander around the city or go wander around the mountains, that's beautiful.
Okay, so let me have another question, I forgot it. You think there are tension or problems or difficulties between the operator every day between CIO and CDO? They have problems, I want to do what do you want to do, or the other way?
Well, so what happens is that much of the digital activity happens at a much faster rate. There's a lot of experiments, there's a lot of learning that happen, and have this conflict between IT and digital. Sometimes even the IT people leave digital. And if you do have the conflict, you got to figure out a way to fix that.
Okay. So, George, I really appreciate very much your time. If you could send me some pictures of you, that would be perfect.
Okay, that's great. And then if you can, once you write this up, if you can send it to me, and I will review it and approve it before you can publish it. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. I will.
Thank you.
I will.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Take care. Bye.